Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is brought to you in part by Sheltron, brought to you in part by Dave. And before we start, we want to make a shout out to our sponsors called Broke Spoke Technology.
And B&S Lube.
And B&S Lube. Because if you need to lube it up, there's nothing like really lubing it with B&S Lube. Okay, so we got that out of the way. First off, first thing we got to find out is I heard this guy was driving down the road the other day, and I had a blowout, right? Well, you would think it was a tire, right? But no. When they pulled over, he was sitting next to his tire with his legs spread open, had 3 spokes, and somebody cut themselves.
Oh my God. So the first thing we got to realize about this situation is how dangerous that was for the oncoming traffic. Because broke spokes in the middle of the road is just a fire hazard. Let me tell you what, all the friction burning from that is just completely out of control.
And it's almost like terrorism, like domestic terrorism, because it's like almost like an IED, but it's a fag IED.
Wow.
Because what if some gay guy stopped it, like grabbed it, boom! Oh my God, cut himself, and the guy had STDs.
Now, not that we care about gays or STDs, but the future watch on this is going to be extremely, extremely close and up and personal. So, we got the dash cam going, and what we're going to find out today is why, in fact, the broke spoke fucking epidemic is happening.
Well, it all started back when, like, Adam fucked Steve, didn't tell Eve, and she was all disgruntled. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they first found out about the broke spoke technology. And let me tell you this, you got to be able to speak broke spoken word first. You know what I'm saying? Which is hard to do because it's like ting, 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 ting. You got to have some tools, like pliers and snips and all that good stuff. But, all that aside, we'll do another podcast. So you can put down the link below if you want us to continue to make a whole show about that.
Excellent. Now, next topic. So, why are we doing this?
You know what? That is a good question there, fucking Dave, because you know what? Honestly, I don't even know.
Well, there's the broke spoke right there.
Hey, let's turn it around. Say, hey, you guys are safe. We got broke spoke technology built into this car.
Fucking where were we at before we started this podcast?
Oh, wait, just, I know it's on another note, but you hear that? All 2 barrels are opening in my car. It's so beautiful. Can you hear that?
I do. It sounds like a rumbling in my tummy.
Oh my God, it's almost like an electric car.
Electrify my car. I'm not going to say that song.
It's all eco-friendly and all that. Do I hear an echo in here? Echo, echo.
Echo.
Friendly. Ooh. Anyway, so if somebody, before we go any further, I want you to like and smash that little fucking beautiful little button. And then subscribe. And you know what? If you don't, then your spoke might break.
Your spoke might break.
And don't tell me I didn't warn you.
So let's go back to the PB&J.
Yeah. Oh yes, the PB&J. I found out there's this whole other thing that I've never heard about before. It's called a PB&J. You know what that is?
Well, the PB&J is the poopy blowjob.
Yeah, the poopy blowjob. And you can always tell when you're getting the poopy blowjob because it smells like shit. And so, like, when people go, oh, there's nothing like a BJ. No. It's a PBJ.
That's right. Now, if you're ever at your buddy's house and he offers you a PBJ, you either have to A, punch him in the face, or B, get the fucking hose out
and spray him down. But, there are some weirdos out there, which I'm not judging, but they like that PB&J. They're like, rub it on my face. And they're like, rub it on my face.
Now, a PBJM is a poopy blowjob with marshmallow.
And then there's the full contact PBJ. There's the assault PBJ. That's when you run up with the poopy dick and just throw it in their mouth and say, sucker, I'll kill you.
So you're going to need to get yourself a firearm, small caliber, up close and personal.
Yeah, and make sure you identify as a bullet.
For sure, or a trigger.
Because you got to have one or the other, because you got to be sharp.
Or you can be getting triggered while you're a bullet.
Yeah, we're always triggered.
That's how you get off in court.
So maybe you want to identify as a bullet because we're always triggered.
Now
you don't want to be thought of as everybody else.
The way that you don't catch a sex charge for this is
A, wear a mask. Don't say anything.
And you got to be woke.
And you got to be woke at the whole time.
So you got to be part of the BLM movement.
LBG, whatever they call it.
LGBT for you.
And the TT by BO, and you got to get the PBJ going too. So what the moral of the story is that if you're woke and you don't want a sex charge and you're about it on the PBJ, then get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Kill you fucking
I'm like,
faggot.
we'll fucking ream that blown out fucking hole, and fucking Punky Bruise hole's gonna come back around and fucking break your broke stroke off. Because he's out of jail right now and he's looking for you.
That's right. Next lesson, zip ties.
Zip ties. Oh, I got that one. Okay, check this out. When you're picking out zip ties, what do you do? A, go for color. B, go for style. Or C, go for efficiency.
See, zip ties are like diamonds. You need color, cut, clarity.
And then the quality of the fucking tie, the quality of the buckle part.
That's right.
There's no substitute, because what last thing you really want is some motherfucker getting away.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, PB&J time, and then all of a sudden they're like fucking punching you.
Or if you're not totally committed and you need to be tied down yourself so that you don't get away for your first try.
Yeah, and you can just pull, boom, broke. I mean, that's a bullshit scenario.
Everybody knows that they're just experimenting. It's not really gay.
And you know what? It's not a zip tie, it's padded.
That's right. That's right. The pad.
There's no training wheels on zip ties.
If they glow in the dark and they vibrate,
Yeah, that's a different story.
just saying.
But back to the PB&J zip tie scenario. Because I bet you didn't see that coming, tying those in together.
So
But
when
they go hand in hand. I should say broke, spoke, and spoke.
when you're giving somebody a forced PBJ,
You gotta just put a gag in first.
and then shit all over their dick.
Yeah, and because God knows if you don't do that, who knows what kind of shit's on there. At least you know where the shit came from.
Now their dick doesn't have to be inside you to shit on it. You can just squat over the top.
Okay. And you know what? Honestly, you just make sure what you've been eating that week has been like worth it.
Totally worth it.
Because like corn and stuff like that, it's just gonna make a rough ride.
You know what I'm saying? You can always tell when your friend's there and he's glad to see you because he's got a chili dog just hanging out of his
And then we're talking like stag.
stag party.
Stagnant. So
Which is different than magnet.
that brings me back to another topic we're gonna have another time. It's called stagnant PBJ. When it's the consistency of stag chili. Oh boy. How do I say this? Run.
Run.
It's not runny.
No, that's not cheese either.
That's not cheese. That's not fucking American made. That's not fucking woke.
What that is probably stomach lining.
It's not dead. It's soon to be.
The spoke's been broke and you think you see cheese, it's probably stomach lining all over these knees.
And you know what that means.
You've been too deep.
Stomach acids. And you, God knows, I mean, that's why you get those fucking big old marks on your...
That's why you use a plunger, because when you're done with the one end, you can turn around and scoop the ass up with the other.
And they call that move the plunge.
Or, you know,
Take the plunge.
If you get something stuck up in there too far and you can't get it out, you plunge it the other way.
They call it
Force it up
just
the
take the
intestine
plunge.
so they can puke it out.
So where am I going? I'm at 0 miles.
0 miles.
And you said, well, we got to stop this.